News, views, voices of the global Indian community. India abroad.
I guess today US-India relationships are one of the most strongest relationships. I had met Assistant Secretary of State Ambassador Donald Lu a few days back at a Jain temple in Northern California, and he said that Indian Americans are the backbone of this relationship, which is very true. I mean, people-to-people relationships are the strongest. If we look at India being the success of G20, where India brought together major countries of the world and talking about cooperation in both economic growth, in social growth, and in partnerships in defense, and bringing together and sharing that G20 has elevated India to a much higher height. I mean, if we look at India's national security, India is much stronger and much secure than 10 to 15 years ago. I would remember when I was in India, hearing about a bomb blast in Chandni Chowk or hearing about a bomb blast in Assam was a normal thing. But today, under the able leadership of Hemanta Biswa Sharma in Assam, life is so normal. There's hardly in last many years there are hardly any incident of terrorism or a bomb blast. As people are secured, people are prospering and growing under the leadership of Hemanta Biswa Sharma. Same thing under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah. The national security has become such a strong place, whether implementation of Article 370 or people are feeling more secure. I see videos of younger generation roaming out on the streets of India, partying till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I don't encourage that, but I see that, I feel good that they were it used to be a threat that girls should not go out of home after 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. But now I see in what I see in the social media, people enjoying that. So which means that the securities have improved. If we talk about security issues, they're all over the world. I mean, we see about gun violence, rising of gun violence in US, we see about everything. But I would say this administration has done a wonderful job of keeping India safe, secure, growing economically, bringing social reforms, keeping the diverse population. India has has the largest Hindu population, Jain population, also the second largest Muslim population in the world. But the people celebrate. India has the three most celebrated Bollywood actors or stars of India. I mean, there are many Bollywood stars, but don't get me wrong. But the three most loved ones: Salman Khan, Amir Khan, and there was another Khan, Shah Rukh Khan. They belong to the Muslim community. Of course, there's Hrithik Roshan. There is so many other stars. But India does not differentiate between a religious background when they have to show their love for culture or cricket. Muhammad Azaduddin was a Muslim, but he was the captain of India. Similarly, there are so many successful doctors, nurses, and people occupying. President of Abdul Kalam Azad was also from minority community. So when the Western media narrates a story saying that minorities are not safe in India, I feel that there's an agenda by certain divisive groups to malign the image of India and talk about, in a way, not to highlight the success stories of India, but to pick a cow walking on a street or to pick a snack charmer which is sometime would be making his living by showing some games and showing that is India. No, India is not that. India is one which is landing on the south pole of the moon or landing their spacecraft on sending it to Mars, or continuing at one of the lowest cost of in between NASA and Russian spacecraft agencies or anything, or proving digitization. So on and on. India is a success story, and most of the world countries can now learn from India. India has not been involved in any war, and India believes in peace, and that is the spiritual side of India. India has been hub for people seeking inner peace, and people from all over the world travel to India to find the inner peace, whether it was Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs going to Neem Karoli Baba to find the inner peace and the purpose of their lives, or meeting religious, or adopting yoga, or the vegetarian way of life, or and that all this way of life is Hindutva way of life, which has been malignly propagated by Western media as Hindu fundamentalism. But the playing cricket, or adapting to yoga, or celebrating the different festivals, or vegetarianism, that's a Hindu way of life, and that's what is about India, rising India, growing India. And I would encourage all people listening to support Prime Minister Modi and vote for him. At the same time, we'll talk more about in our next discussion. Get involved in the US-India election and help me re-elect President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. They have done a tremendous job in the first term, and want each one of Indian Americans to get involved in re-electing and helping in the battleground states, and to go and spend time in the battleground states. We'll talk more about in our next conversation.